Well, everybody doesn't win. And the sooner you wake up to that biology is ruthless, man, then you get a little fear in you. And when you get a little fear in you, you start listening. When you see your life and anytime there should be pain, you go, no, it was just how it was meant to be. No, look yourself in the mirror sometimes and go, you know why I'm not happy? It's because I didn't listen 10 years ago and I got in the wrong career. You know I'm not happy? Because I married the wrong damn person. It wasn't meant to happen. Yes, everything happens for a reason. You made a bad choice, but it didn't have to be that way. And the second you build up the pain, and this, by the way, is not my opinion. If you talk to guys like Dr. David Buss, top 10 most cited psychologist in history, okay? He's one of my main mentors. He told me, I said, do adults change? Like, we do all this self-help videos and podcasts. I said, am I wasting my time? He goes, yeah, kind of. I said, why? He said, well, after 25, it's very hard to teach old dogs new tricks. Now, if you're over 25, before you get depressed, he told me, but I have good news for you, Todd. I said, what? He said, adults learn through massive trauma. So you will learn. You have to let in some trauma into your life. And that's rough, but no pain, no gain. Like if you are 100 pounds overweight and you want to be able to play basketball, here's my deal. Everything happened for a reason. You got fat because you ate too much and you didn't exercise. So welcome to the gym. In the first year is going to be hell, but that pain, hopefully, will reprogram your brain. And every time you're on the gym, that nasty thing, go, wait, I don't want to go through that pain. So I think one of the myths of society is we won't let pain in. We just excuse it all away. Like, no, that's not going to happen. Oh, you wasted 20 years of life, married the wrong person in the wrong career? Where's the people who go, you fucked up, dude. You wasted 20 years and you will never get it back. You better go in your room and cry. And the truth is, you only learn as an adult. Unfortunately, most people can only change through massive trauma. And it was funny. And I was lucky enough to sit next to Kobe Bryant for the last 3 games of his career. Not the very last one, but the 3 ones. So I sat at the end of the Lakers bench right next to him. One of his players, I won't say who, was having a bad game. Free throws, they're lined up, the whole stadium's quiet. Kobe Bryant yells out at him, he goes, dude, you suck. And he wasn't joking, okay? It was shocking to me. No one could hear it unless you're right next. But Kobe turned to Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, who was sitting next to him, and he goes, this positive reinforcement thing is way overrated. People need to hear the truth. Ryan Kelly, he turned around and looked at Kobe, and I was so impressed. He said, I know. He literally sat down and said, yep, I'm lost this game. And I kid you not, the rest of the game, he excelled. He scored 10, 12 points off the bench after that. And I was like, see, this Kobe guy gets it. He's a winner. You can't always just bring pleasure and pat everybody. Oh, he didn't say, yo, Kelly, you're kind of not playing well, but you know it's all happening for a reason, buddy. Relax, no pressure. He just said, dude, you suck. It was like that. And I'm just going, okay, this is the real Kobe. Narcissism is a protection mechanism, right? So your mind wants to tell you you're amazing. It makes you its bitch. You have to override that and go, you know what, I'm not that amazing. So let me go learn from amazing. If school system can find all the 14-year-olds and find out what they admire, right? It's the reason I show Lamborghini and Ferraris, because I got a lot of young followers. And you know what 19-year-old guys like? Lamborghinis and Ferraris. So I show that part of my life because then they listen to the other stuff. So first you gotta lead by inspiration. This has been proven over. You cannot pound stuff into people's brains. People actually do the opposite. When parents tell their kids, you gotta read, nobody reads. But if I show a Lamborghini and Ferrari, which is the reward that people want, and then people go, how do you get it? I said, see all these books, I read them and put it, then people, I have more school kids reading books, I think, than anyone in history. I don't say that cocky. I'm telling you, it astounds me because all I had to do was put up a video with Lamborghinis. And so being the bitch of your own brain, the way you learn not to be the easiest way is to be around people who aren't the bitch of their brain. So every day, for example, when you have breakfast at 6 in the morning on a farm, he writes out an organized thing on what he wants to do. When you're the bitch of your brain, you go, I'm just gonna freewheel this day. It's very hard to be organized. Dogs aren't organized. You ever see your dog organize a day? So if you can either act on the animal side, which is just the wing life, or you can operate from a sense of logic and reason. And so I learned somewhat, I'm not even as good as Joel, to not be the bitch of my mind by just being around him. And so that's the best way. Find somebody that you look at them and you go, this is a person of discipline, motivation, self-motivation. They don't need external motivation. They're motivated from within, and spend all the time you can around. You know, like someone wants to learn from you, I tell people, go walk up to Tom or a company like this and say, yo, I'll work for you for free for years if it need be, because I need to be around. It's cumulative hours. Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his book, one of the great autobiographies, in my opinion, Total Recall, he has this principle, it's called reps and sets. He said, if you want muscles, it's reps and sets. Hours in the gym. And some people, you know, there's a lot of books now on, here's how you can work out 15 minutes a day. No, you can't. You're never gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger if you work out 15. I don't care what biohacking crap you do. Please, spare us. Let's return to common sense. You wanna be Arnold? You gotta do what Arnold did. In the same way, if you wanna learn from mentors, if you think 5 minutes with a mentor will be enough, you don't understand how deeply rooted your wired circuitry is. You got to rewire it, and it takes reps. Instead of reps and sets, it takes hours and days, or days. And so I think that if you're young watching this, don't try to become a millionaire too young. Because what you should do when you're young is work on the circuitry. And then the money will come. Alan Nation told me that. He said, Ty, don't try to become a millionaire in your 20s. And I didn't listen to him. And I wish I had. And luckily I kind of listened to him, but I should have listened more. And so if you could take those formative years and just go on the adventure of life. That's why I went to India and a leprechaun and went to live in Amish, because I was like, Amish, all the good stuff you have, reprogram my brain. I'm sure on the narcissism score now, I score around 40 to 50, which isn't horrific, but isn't the best. Like and I guarantee you, if I hadn't gone to the Amish, I'd have been an 80 narcissist and my life would have sucked. But now at 40 is kind of an acceptable. 42 is last test. So it took me 2.5 years. You know? And so I think even as an older person, man, my dream in life, even today, is to find some badass and trick them into spending like 8 hours a day with me for 3 days a week. And whenever I do, like I said, 45 minutes with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I was so motivated. I was talking about Dr. David Buss. There's this test called the Dark Triad test, which, again, anything important like this, nobody ever learned it in school because schools are too stupid to take real powerful science and apply it to life. But the Dark Triad is a worldview barometer for everybody watching. You can take it. There's a different free Dark Triad test online. It tests for 3 main traits, negative qualities: narcissism, Machiavellianism, being psychotic. And I personally tested thousands and thousands of people. It's the most accurate test. And what happens, narcissism, okay? One of the symptoms of a narcissist, it's not just like, ooh, I like to look in the mirror, right? That's what we think of narcissism. One of the classic symptoms is very thin skin. They're always offended. If you have a friend that anything you say constructively, they fall apart, it's almost always narcissism. Even if they're introverted, there's multiple forms. There's introverted narcissism, extroverted, exploitative, all these different sub-facets of narcissism. But we live in a society that's very narcissistic. You're told like, oh, everybody's a winner. No, not everybody's a winner. That's like saying everybody's blonde. There's a definition of what blonde is. Blonde is like this yellowish hair. So you lose meaning when you start going, everybody's blonde. Well, everybody doesn't win. And the sooner you wake up to that biology is ruthless, man, then you get a little fear in you. And when you get a little fear in you, you start listening. Because if you're truly afraid, you listen. Let a little fear come in and drive you and motivate you.